transmitted through the system. However, adoption amongst the shipping lines remains significantly lower, with 23 of 88 shipping lines onboarded and only 43 manifests transmitted. A detailed overview of the update showed that Nigerian Ports Authority and the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency have completed their readiness requirements, and the operational integration into the platform remains in progress. And Standard Organization of Nigeria has completed its readiness requirements with 100% platform usage compliance, while recording the highest volume of transactions under the licenses, permits, certificates, and other regulatory documents components, processing 78,957 documents and facilitating payments of 9.02 billion naira. The update also indicated that Nigeria Customs Service recorded 100% compliance for licenses, permits, certificates, and other regulated documents, although the number of documents and payments processed was listed as not applicable in the reporting framework. And this is just as the NSW platform is set to embark on the implementation of the Phase 2 rollout to reduce paperwork, improve transparency, shorten cargo clearance processes, and provide a more seamless interface between traders, regulatory agencies, and other stakeholders across Nigeria's trade ecosystem. And the Bank of Industry has lauded President Bola Tinubu, saying his leadership and backing helped drive demand after its 250 billion naira Series 1 fixed rate bond was oversubscribed within 5 days. And Special Advisor on Information and Strategy to the President, Bayo Onanoga, in a statement said the bank issued the bond through its BOI financing SPV PLC under the bank's $1 billion multi-currency instruments program. The BOI Chief Executive Officer, Olasipo Olushi, said the bond's oversubscription indicates investors' confidence in the bank and Nigeria. Olushi said the goal of the transaction is to turn investor confidence into increased financing for Nigerian enterprises, leading to job creation and healthier economy. The BOI Chief Executive Officer also disclosed that the 100 billion naira fund approved the bank by President Tinubu will be used to blend the bond's pricing and cushion the impact of high interest rates for manufacturers and other BOI customers. The bank said the transaction represents a significant broadening of funding its architecture, completing its established track record in international capital markets with deeper mobilization of long-term capital from domestic institutional investors. And BOI noted that the transaction demonstrates the growing capacity of Nigeria's domestic capital market channel long-term institutional savings into productive sectors of the economy. The bank and its transaction advisors have advised that final subscription and allotment figures should not be disclosed at this stage, as this final allotment remains subject to the Securities and Exchange Commission's approval, and the transaction is still progressing towards completion. The immediate significance of the transaction, BOI said, lies in the strength and quality of investor demand, the pricing achieved, and the breadth of the investor base. The planned initial public offering of the Dangote Petroleum Refinery and Petrochemicals has received a major boost with the successful completion of a $1 billion underwriting program, setting the foundation for what could become Africa's most consequential industrial listing. The program, structured by Marop Strategies and Consulting DIFC Limited and Lilium Capital Group, comprises a completed and funded $600 million private placement and a further $400 million underwriting commitment in support of the refinery's planned IPO. The $600 million private placement has been underwritten and funded by Pan-African Refinery Investment, SPV, a subsidiary of Lilium Capital Group. Marop Strategies and Lilium Capital are now coordinating the distribution of the underwriting participation across global Africa, engaging sovereign wealth funds, governments, institutional investors, and other eligible investors. According to the advisors, the response has been strong, reflecting growing institutional appetite for large-scale African assets capable of generating long-term economic value. The program is also expected to catalyze significant intra-African capital flows and help pave the way towards a more integrated African capital under the African Continental Free Trade Area. The $1 billion underwriting program is designed to be more than a capital raising exercise. It is expected to help deepen African capital markets, broaden ownership of a strategic African enterprise and demonstrate how African institutions can mobilize long-term capital for industrialization, energy security, imports, substitution, and trade integration. The President and Chief Executive of Dangote Industries Limited, Aliko Dangote, described the transaction, as a key milestone. And that wraps it up for us on Business News, reaching you live from our Redfield facility. You can stay tuned for News Track that comes up by 2 p.m. and Global News by 6:30 p.m., as well as other programs that are emanating from the platform. Thanks for joining. Bye for now.